Hello and welcome to Stretford, Paddock. This is transfer deadline day. 25 minutes left of the window. All the ins, all the outs. We'll be discussing Manchester United's window so far. Any final movements? James Garner just gone to Everton, confirmed. 9 million up front.
That's a disgrace, you know. Why are we so bad at selling players? You see Liverpool sell their tea lady for like 20 million.
Yeah.
She was great. Imagine if it's seen of the rich teas that she does, though.
Yeah, they are good. But,
Homemade.
But United, James Garner tears it up for one of the best teams in the Championship, gets them promoted, and we're flogging him for what? 15 million to a Premier League club.
That's 50 million if all the add-ons are completed.
Yeah,
It's
and
9
there's
million
talk,
up
like,
front.
I know Fabrizio reported there was a buyback, but then there's been other reports that there isn't a buyback. Like, if there's no buyback, it's a shambles. And I kind of get it. Look, if the manager's come in and he's gone, he doesn't really have an awareness of who James Garner is. He doesn't have an affection for him like us and all that. And if he comes in and he goes, oh, I like this Hannibal Mabry chap, he's good. I like Zidane Iqbal and I like Chot, then he might not feel that great towards James Garner and he might just be like, well, just get rid. He's not going to get a real chance here. All right, I get that. But it has made me feel a little bit just deflated about, all right, we sent Hannibal Mabry, another one of our huge talents, on loan. What, he could tear it up at City, then what? Come back and we'll sell him as well. Like, what's the point of going out on loan?
But the thing is, if you're
And sorry to cut you
ready
off,
for the first...
but James Garner's been sold to... And I know Scott McTominay did well today, but...
Yeah, but if you're ready for the first team, you don't usually go on loan, do you? Like... And that's not to say you will never...
If you're ready for the first team, you don't usually get signed by a Premier League team.
No, but that's not to say you couldn't ever be ready for the first team. But typically, you
It's
go
an
on loan
awful
because you
team as
need
well.
some time.
I'd have
or you
loved
need
to
some
have seen him sign for a
experience.
Brighton or something. Sign for that basket case of a club.
Everton.
It's horrible.
It is. I get it. The thing is, right, I hear you, and I've been waxing Liverpool about James Garner. I wanted him in the team last season, and I thought he would have got a chance this season. I just wonder whether Everton has looked at him and gone, you know what? Zidane and Charlie Savage ain't that far behind you in terms of levels. They've got a few more years till they catch you in terms of age. I've got Casemiro, I've got McTominay, I've got Fred, I've got Van der Beek, I've got, I know the different types of players, but I've got all these other midfielders.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to get many games here. And James Garner's saying, I don't want to stick around and just not get any games. I don't want to stick around and maybe play in Europa League. Do you know what I mean? And Ericsson has said, right, all right then.
I respect him for
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not, ITK. I just wonder whether it's not just been a case of the club don't want him as much. Maybe James Garner's like, I've done 2 loan spells already. I've just spent a full season in the Championship with Forest, getting him promoted. Not to mention dropping good performances against Leicester, Arsenal, and Liverpool in the FA Cup last season. I thought he was fantastic. I'm not going to just sit on the bench and play against, Sociedad and Sheriff. I want to be playing regular football. And if he goes to Everton, I think he goes straight in that team.
Yeah.
Well, not if he goes to Everton. He's at Everton. I think he'll be probably their, starting midfielder because, who else have they got in that midfield? I know they've just brought in back. Who is it? They've just brought back in. Sorry, Idrissa Gueye.
Idrissa Gueye, yeah.
But they're struggling for a reason, aren't they, Everton?
Yeah.
And he's the type of player who could go straight in there, get games, and do well. And it is a bit frustrating, Michael, like you saying there. There's conflicting reports with the buyback thing. I think we've got part of his sell on rather than buyback. That was what Laurie was saying in the Athletic anyway. I think Maurizio's initial tweet was a buyback. But
where's Chong's head gone there?
I'm not seeing anything else since then. Oh dear, that's rather Sahith Chong. He seems
Just
to have
been beheaded.
He's lost his head.
It's one of those guess who it is type things,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I mean it's a very easy one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hey!
That's another one though. Sahith Chong. I don't think it's different, isn't it? No one's really that gutted he's going.
Well, also, Chong is older than James Garner.
Right.
Chong's 22, I think.
And I think we had high hopes for him 4 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, those have kind of passed now. He's had a few.
Right, 22.
Really killed myself with there. But he's like been on pre-season and he's done all right on pre-season and never really got
But then
going.
you've
But then
seen-
he's played under useless managers and that.
But then you've seen the likes of Greenwood obviously come through underneath him, younger than him. You've seen Alanga do the same now as well. It's a position that other academy players have come into and basically cemented over the last 2 or 3 years, and he's not been able to do it. So I think that's fair enough, isn't it?
He's going back
we've
to
given him a
Birmingham
chance.
City as well. They loved him there last season.
Yeah.
They used to sing Giggs' song for him. Chang,
Really?
Chang will tell you
Well, you know, they can,
Well, that sounds bad these days, doesn't it?
Yeah.
they can
No.
continue if they want. Barbara Slutweg just became a member. Can you shout out my husband Patrick? It's his birthday
It's
tomorrow.
gonna be one
Go
of
on, Paddy lad. Happy birthday,
It's not,
Patrick.
is it? I was thinking, is that, and it's not, is it?
No.
So happy birthday, Patrick.
Euphemism.
Yeah, well, just one of those.
Do you know
plain words,
that
but it's
trend of like having putting a name in that when it's all read together sounds like a dirty word?
Yeah.
Because it's a surname
bend
I've not-
over and
yeah,
that.
a surname I've not heard of before. I thought it might be doing that. but
What's
yeah.
what's your
Happy
favourite one of
birthday.
those names? Happy birthday.
Phil
by the way,
McCracken's a classic.
Yeah, I was going to say
Innit?
that. Phil McCracken.
Mr. McCracken, I presume.
Phil
Yeah.
McCracken isn't even a surname, is
Yes,
it?
it is. McCracken's gym.
That's
Robert
The
Cracken.
boxing
McCracken.
coach,
Robert
Bob
McCracken.
McCracken,
Robert,
yeah.
he's from your neck of the woods, isn't he?
Is it?
McCracken.
McCracken,
He feels
yeah.
cracks in all the time.
McCracken. Crack is up. Just a crack.
All right. So some people saying that James Garner has got a buyback clause. Let me have a look at that.
Well, there was 2 rumours, weren't there? One was
Yeah,
that
that's
he's got
because
a
they've
buyback.
read
One
Fabrizio's
was that he's
tweet.
got a sell on.
Yeah.
One was that he's got like both. I don't know who.
I love Fabrizio. He does the Lord's work and all that.
does.
But one day he tweeted 4 updates about a move, yeah, that were all the same, yeah. And I just felt like slapping him.
Have you ever met him? Has anyone met him?
No.
No.
I think I've spoke to him.
He doesn't do
Yeah.
anything in the flesh, does he?
Does
He's
he
always
not?
just over webcam. I've never seen him in a studio or with
You
someone.
know, like them.
Except that one 2 years ago, where he was like following me around for a day.
You know, like when you have those pages that are really just artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Imagine he was just a robot.
I think he could be. I think he could be.
He don't
a
sleep, does
plant
he?
by FIFA.
Do you think he has like? He's gone to his mate like, bruv, listen, you're gonna borrow my phone. When I'm asleep, this is my style of tweeting. If I get any messages from this agent or that agent, just post them out for me. So he can, because he must not sleep, bro.
But you-
I wake up, I go sleep at 2 a.m. sometimes.
Later than that, usually.
Wake up at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And I've got notifications from him.
But
Because
he,
during the window, we put his notifications on.
we messaged him. He replies with voice notes at like 4 a.m.
Well, he
Can you
I
stop
asked-
messaging Fabrizio at 4 a.m. in the morning,
I
please?
asked him this
Jay,
like a year
Jay's
ago,
go,
made him on.
Fabrizio, so we're signing
Fabrizio, I've
Frankie
just
or
been
what?
thinking, right? Is there a God?
I just woke up for a glass of orange and a shit. And I was just
I
thinking,
was wondering, have you ever seen
how
Coronation
come we
Street?
didn't sign Ronaldinho?
Yeah, just asking random questions about life.
Yeah.
How do you
Fabrizio.
think? How do you think Gianluca Di Marzio feels about it?
Oh, fuming.
Hates him.
Fuming. Gutted.
Because he was the guy, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's nothing, really.
And then he gave some little snotty nosed kid a little chance on his show,
Yeah.
and he just took off with it and
Yeah.
ran.
It's mad because when we first had him on Paddock, it was when we just first took over the channel. So like August, say 2020, I congratulated him on 1 million followers on the video. On
He
the,
had 6 at the time, but Jay didn't get it.
Yeah, on the transfer Tier 1 transfer podcast, and now he's on 11.5 million.
I know.
11 million, like
He
10
is
million
just
followers
football
in
transfer,
2 years,
isn't he?
And that's
He
what
is
people
football
love.
crazy and chocolate mad.
He is, isn't he? Hey,
Yeah.
Just grab a
And
power
would you,
pod.
do you think like
Play football,
play
with,
football
the
with
lads
the lads?
and lasses.
That's how it would be now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's like that. You see that?
Play football
that
with
Bookies
the
advert
folks.
where they go, "Hey lads, lads, lads," and everybody. It's like, all right, come on, you're allowed to say lads still.
I know.
Lads, 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 lads. Everybody.
Yeah. Barbara Sloot says, guys, it's a Dutch surname. My dad's Dutch. Up the Ten Hag. Nice one. Good. Paul Lucas says Ghana is worth more. Sold for a pittance. Lewis Clark, 9 million for Ghana. Shocking. It's not great, but I'm
Isn't
not that.
Ten Hag German for goodbye or something like that?
That's
Guten
in that
Hag.
Guten Hag, is it? That's good day.
Why are we looking at me like I'm fucking...
You're the white fella, innit?
Yeah.
You,
What?
do we
I
look
mean-
like we speak German, bro?
Yeah.
Do I look like I speak German?
You more than us.
With a name like
You look
Smith.
like you wear lederhosen and everything.
Yeah, you have worn a lederhosen for your show.
I didn't wear one. I made one.
You made, did you?
Yeah, it's just some electrician's tape on a
You
white
made
shirt.
Not seen him
lederhosen.
in
I made a
lederhosen.
hosen.
Oh yeah, and when he used to do that shit show that we had to can.
Yeah, like what? Max House.
Wow, always done you there.
Any comments?
Fires, shots fired.
You turned up.
Like, Bean says Eric Shun. For the names, Eric Shun. No.
Eric,
No.
erection.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, erection.
Yeah, AskQ99
when
says
you put up a
Mike.
statue.
Mike Hock. That's like Mike Hunt. Isn't
Are
it?
we doing? Oh, do you know the thing that YouTubers usually get caught out doing? We're doing a feature.
What's that
on
all
them.
about?
So bad. Don't be that. Don't be that. Don't be that.
Joe chokes on Jay's willy.
So
What's
bad.
that all about?
We're in that. Don't read that for. We're in that for.
Gotta read it out.
Super chat.
And I say,
Like, are you thick? Mike Hunt is not the C word.
It's how YouTube AdSense that.
Honestly.
Yeah, YouTube don't seem to know.
It's a super chat. I have to read it out.
Liverpool
Or a
have
chat.
signed Arthur Mello. He looks like a goalkeeper, doesn't he?
Yeah, it does. No, it's because he looks exactly like, what's he called? Liverpool's actual current second choice goalkeeper. What's his
Adrian.
name? It looks like Adrian. It looks exactly like him on that picture. They've signed their own second choice goalkeeper as a
Fulham signed
midfielder.
Carlos Vinicius. Oh, look, that's a disgrace. That
Not
James
Vinicius.
Garner thing, you know.
Mate.
United's window so far, you spoke to Steve about it a little bit earlier. But Jay, what are your thoughts on United's window? So it's been Malacia, Ericsson, who else we got? Martinez, Anthony, and
Casemiro. And Dubravka.
And Dubravka.
Yeah, I'll give it a... I can't remember what I said last time. I'll go with 7.
It's interesting,
Just
isn't it,
in about.
that we're
Just
giving
about.
that a 7.
Yeah.
Because if we're all honest,
Yeah.
12 months ago,
Yeah.
the only one of them you'd heard of is Casemiro.
Yeah.
Dubravka, we'd heard of Dubravka, obviously.
Like, no, but
'cause he's
Anthony
from
as
Premier
well, I
League.
think.
You know what's
We've
weird?
talked about it for a long time.
Whenever
Not
Dubravka
yet.
used to
No,
play for
maybe not
Newcastle,
yet.
I used to love him, you know. I used to think he's good.
Did you?
I never used to love him. That's going too far. But I've always thought he's good.
Yeah.
I always thought he should play for Man United. But I've always thought he was decent.
The thing is, like, we've strengthened in areas we need to. It's just, I still think we could have gone further. And I don't buy into this thing, oh, well, we spent 200 million, that's amazing or whatever. It's not. We could spend a lot more than that. We should have been spending more than that. We lost Pogba, Matic, Mata, Cavani, Lingard.
You know how much our wage bill's been
Exactly.
cleaned
That's
up?
what I mean. These Muppets have taken all this money out of the club. We finished 6th. You've got to spend money. That's the way it works now.
Is
So we could
Dubravka
have spent
actually
more.
official yet?
Yeah, I think he was officially
It's
announced today.
by United.
During the
So we
game.
have actually had 2 technically deadline day announcements today. Anthony and Dubravka both officially
Anthony was done, though.
Anthony was done and announced before, but it was
Do
complete.
you know what? This
today.
week I thought we were signing Frankie de Jong.
Yeah, me too.
Something about this week told me.
Do you remember last time we were doing, not last time, 2 years ago we were doing this, and it was there's an
Sancho.
an announcement just at like the 11th hour, and you two, I remember you were like, this is going to be Sancho, and it was Facundo Palestra.
I
He
still think
almost
we're going to
had
sign
us.
Sancho, you know.
What?
At some point we'll sign
Nah,
him.
he ain't never going to play for United. Don't be stupid. Certainly not going to play against Leicester and
Still not
score.
going to play a full 90 minutes. It's interesting. It's a bit weird, that, isn't it? He just seems to get subbed off every single game.
You know how he
runs
loves
out of steam.
Simpsons? You know how Bart's belly's like just like that?
Yeah.
I think he's like that.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
He's a bit on the...
Duncan Close, I
Chelsea
think you
side,
were
yeah.
making this point earlier. Says Gibbs White, 44 million, Ghana, 9 million, Murtar out. Red Devil 99 says 6 out of 10, no De Jong, and
It's
no
bizarre.
striker.
It's like when we sell players, we go, hey, lads, we're selling this shit cunt.
Yeah.
Gibbs White for 44 million is just another level of insanity. That's worse than Anthony for 100 million euros.
course
That in terms of overpaying. Honestly,
The
what has he
smartest
ever
thing
done?
we've ever
How
done.
old is he?
He's
Smartest thing we ever done was
22.
made Thingy bid for Malacia and then go, all right, we'll pay that.
Gibbs
Yeah.
White is 22.
We've never done
Yeah,
anything
that's
as
a good
smart
point.
as that.
So he's 22.
Yeah.
He's played 108 games in his career. I know he's a midfielder, so it's not all about goals. He's got 13 goals. I mean, he looks like...
He's
you know,
had one, right.
He had
so
a good season at Sheffield United last season. Yeah? We played 37 goals in all 37 games, in all competitions, scored 12 goals. Obviously, you know, played well and sort of, you know, his star rose, but it does seem like a massive gamble.
Really, though?
That's a gamble,
44
innit?
million.
It's a gamble.
It's insane.
Jahid Ahmed says, lads, why don't you do any more fan cams after games? We do like vlogs and stuff featuring fans. We ask you guys to send us predictions, and we do post-match reviews as well. So there's loads of ways to get
There'll
involved in
always
the
be
channels.
fan opinion on the
Yeah,
channel.
we'll
just
always
not
ask for your
immediately
opinion.
after every game.
Yeah.
Do you reckon deals ever happen like this where they go, look here, we gave you this guy for free, or like, we gave you that guy really cheap last time, so I think you should add 10 million on this one.
Yeah, probably.
So then players that were really cheap and then this geezer's 40 million.
Yeah, like Gibbs White's
and they're like,
44
well, you
million.
owe us 10 mil from last time, remember?
Yeah, like... do
I
you
also
remember-
think a lot of money laundering goes on.
That's what I was thinking. Do you reckon, like, as an agent, knows a manager, and he's like, listen, come on.
Listen,
do you
have you ever
remember,
heard
was
of
it Tony
Donny van der
Pulis?
Beek? 44 million. Write it off.
Was it
Not
Tony
paying
Pulis?
tax on that.
I think so.
Please don't get us into any legal hot water.
Okay, let me... So at West Bromwich Albion, I heard a story
Right,
allegedly.
This is
That's safe for soul,
yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, you've done it. You've done the double there. I
You heard a
story,
rumour.
a rumor that
I heard it
was
through the grapevine.
unfounded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But from a good source.
yeah,
So basically, you know when Saido Berahino wants to leave West Brom?
yes.
and they wouldn't let him go to Spurs for £20 million.
Yes.
And they just kept him there on the bench, like rotting.
Yeah.
And his head went, and he was fucked forever from there.
Yeah.
Basically, the reason the board wouldn't let, I think it was Pulis at the time, sell him,
Yeah.
because Pulis would spend all of that money on players through the agency that he's tied to. So then he'd make massive kickbacks. And it was just basically this head-to-head, like, we don't want you to do, like, and Berahino got fucked out of it.
Because didn't
Who told you
Berahino did something, didn't he?
tried
I think he
testing.
did. He did Rio's channel, was he? Like early doors. One of the early guests he had on. Because it was mad, wasn't it? Because he scored. He had like that purple patch, didn't he? He had that season where he scored loads of goals.
He's like 20 goals, I think, one year.
He did end up getting a move, didn't he? Didn't he go from
He
like
went
to
to
Stoke or someone?
Yeah, but he didn't go after his big season.
No.
He ended up sticking around.
I'm sure he's not
Shit.
actually, because yeah, because
Definitely got 20 goals one year.
he had that one season at West Brom where he scored 14, and then the most he ever scored in a Premier
How
League.
do you feel about that?
No, sorry, in a Premier League
season
season
where
where he scored
Sports News
14.
are brown. Bruv, we're taking over.
What?
Fucking taking over.
What point are you making? Because no one heard or understood
75% of the presenters on Sky Sports News are brown.
And one of them, and 25% of them are bald. So, hey,
How do you feel about that, Joe?
that. How do I
Yeah.
feel about
We
wh-
took your
To be
jobs!
fair, I don't, I love bald people.
Joe Casorio says late night live was mint. Bring it back.
good,
There you
man.
go. You've got a late night live fan. Says bring it back.
Thank you. What about
Thanks, Joe's
all the
mum.
outs? Are there any people that have gone that you wish had stayed?
No, not really. Well, I mean, if Garner would have got a chance, I would have liked him to stay. But if he's not going to get game time, then I'm not as upset as some people are. I think
Yeah.
it's more the fee that people are getting upset about, which I get because it does seem a bit.
You'd think
small.
we could get 20 million minimum for him, wouldn't you?
I'm
Up and
upset
coming
with Garner, Lee.
midfielder who's
Oh, yeah.
21 years old, who's just had a great year.
We'd all sat here last season saying Ghana's going to be in our first team next
I
season.
know.
That's a disgrace.
And he's the only one who's gone.
Johnny Knapp says, "Can Premier League piss take return now that we're not wank?"
I'm up for it.
This is for
up for
you
it.
too. Yeah,
See you Monday.
But we are wank.
We're not.
we're not women.
If we beat Arsenal, it's back on Monday.
Is it back
For
on Monday? If we
certain.
beat Arsenal,
If
do
it's-
not let
if
me
we
down,
beat
lads.
Arsenal, it is happening Monday.
Yeah.
Andy.
If
You have to
beat
come
Arsenal,
in.
It's happening Sunday
I
night.
see you at the crack of Doon.
Yeah.
Doon? Dawn.
Dune.
Doon.
Get Dune there.
Crack of Doon.
Thanks,
Dune
Barbara,
here,
for your nice message as well.
Can you believe another football club have bought Daniel James?
It keeps happening.
Are they lunatics?
How much have
No.
they bought him for? Do we
Hundreds
know?
of millions.
Here's a little. Remember them bikes you used to get, yeah, where you pull the string out of the
How
back of
much?
them and they go really fast.
Yeah.
Oh, was that
That's
long?
Daniel James as a footballer. He's a Beyblade.
I like him.
He's awful.
He's not awful, is he?
He's going to score against us when Fulham play us now, isn't it?
Yeah, he's going to put Varane on his ass.
Pereira as well. Andres Pereira and Daniel James. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would chop your arm off for that team.
For what team?
Andres Pereira and Daniel James.
It's peak.
Mitrovic ahead of them.
Peak. Ollie, that, innit, eh?
Would you have Mitrovic United?
Yeah. Would you?
I'd have Mitrovic at United, Ivan Toney at United.
Yeah, I would as well, yeah. Both of them.
Why are you getting giddy about it?
I would. I've said I've had Ivan Toney
don't
for
know.
ages.
We fucked up with Julian Alvarez, man.
I think it's too soon to say on that.
No, we did. We did.
How long's left of this window?
City
5
don't even
minutes.
need it.
What?
City don't even need him.
No, they do. They've only got one striker otherwise.
Yeah, but they don't need him.
They do.
They needed Alvarez's goals the other day, didn't they?
Well, that's a
Haaland
very
just
basic
twatted in a
argument,
hat
isn't
trick.
it? Yeah, but it's for when Haaland's injured or needs a
Yeah,
rest,
we need
isn't it?
one. Give us one.
We've got two strikers.
We
They've
fucked
got
up
two
by
strikers.
not letting them take Ronaldo.
I know. If then
Haaland
again,
wouldn't be there right now.
Then again, if they'd have took Ronaldo, Liverpool would have won the league last season.
Really? Ronaldo scores goals for them, though.
That's true.
Ronaldo weren't the issue at United.
I
He
don't-
became an
I
issue
don't
because
think
of the
he
way we
helped.
played. No, he didn't help. But
Um,
Ronaldo for City, 30,
Yeah, no,
40
you're right.
goals.
Because look at all the goals Haaland scored. Only one of them where you really think, could Ronaldo score that? Probably not. The other one where he just literally just chucks someone out of the way and puts it in. All the rest are just tap-ins and heads on the line, aren't they?
I don't even think he touched the ball the other day before he scored.
No, he had 2 passes in one game. 2 passes.
It's a-
Putting
it's a
Lukaku to
glitch,
shame.
bro.
I know.
He's an LMA manager cheat. Lots of
He
goals.
is.
Ollie was right.
Do you know what I mean? We didn't need him anyway.
Ollie wanted Haaland and Grealish.
He got Igalo.
And Longstaff.
Yeah.
And Daniel James.
And Dan
Be
James.
happy with
So-
it, prick.
Cavani.
Yeah. Deal with what you
Cavani's a
did.
knob as well.
Been
Hope
given.
Valencia go down.
Romano's tweeted, official confirmed Tahith Chong joins Birmingham City and leaves Man United on a permanent deal. Yep, we know sort of knew that.
Such a small fee that no one even knows
He
it.
saved that, didn't he? He could have tweeted that 2 days ago. He's gone, I know, I'll make it look like I got a deadline day deal for you.
For Man United fans to worry about.
Hannibal
Yeah.
Maber and Tahith Chong knocking round my ends.
Yeah, you're looking for. You're gonna go
Holla!
and pay him a visit.
We'll go Star City and that, boys.
Or Star City.
I got cinema and that, bowling and that.
Cinema and that, like it's the 40s.
Nando's.
Hey, lads.
We've got running water.
We got
Silver-
Nando's. We got little rides outside.
What
Little rides?
What sort of rides?
Like,
Fairground
I was
attraction
made
type
about
things.
to make a joke, a really bad, distasteful joke.
Right, I'm glad you didn't.
Fair grind.
Fair grind.
Grind.
Fair grind.
It's fair
Do
grind.
you know what? I don't want to know what you've got to start
Yeah,
saying.
basically, come Star City. George Clooney
Yeah.
opened it, you know.
Yeah.
I saw George Clooney.
What, the Nescafe guy?
That's
Fucking hell. I love them adverts.
When he said it, George Clooney, you think, yeah, George Clooney, the Nescafe guy.
What, in from the Nescafe?
Shit,
advert?
yeah,
Loves
actually,
Azteca.
yeah, it's not all that, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not all that.
Nespresso.
Nespresso.
Ooh, you know what I bought, Joe?
What?
Coffee bags. They are the future, bruv.
Like a
They're
tea
the
bag, but
fucking
coffee?
future, bruv. Whitwell's coffee bags, yeah.
Are they nice?
They're banging, bro. You
But
leave
they're
the
so
tea bag
expensive
in.
though, aren't they?
Nah, man. You want one? I'll bring you some.
Yeah, bring some in. I've never
I'll
tried
bring
them.
us some. Me and you, PR piss take on the coffee bags.
Coffee bags. Is that the ones you put in your lip there?
Yeah, just sock them off.
Yeah. Like a built-in latte. Why don't they do that? They do like little tobacco in there. Give me a little coffee bag I can
What are
pop
you on
into
about?
the
People
Snooze.
started making canned coffee, and when you opened it, it got hot. Or when you pressed the button at the bottom, it got hot.
Yeah, have you ever seen those self-heating ramen?
What?
You can get a noodle box. It's like a noodle box, and you pour the water in it, and then you press a button on the box, and it heats it up like a pot noodle, but it heats itself up.
Really?
Yeah.
That
Mad
sounds
that.
good, that. No, it does, what?
It does. I know it does.
I just didn't know if you wind me up.
No, I'll never wind you up.
All right, that's okay.
Not a toy.
He'd wind you down.
Great. Go on then.
Arts on Shirts FC says Star City. That emoji. Goals 5-a-side as well.
That's where goals is, yeah?
Yeah, there you go. You see, you know what I mean.
Someone called it Stab City.
Nav Omer says, love Adam talking about Star City.
Stab.
There you go. You see, Jay and Joe's adopted son Benjamin says, finished my first day under a professional contract. Happy. No better way to end it. Sorry, than with you guys. How are you, Joe? Rate our transfer window.
Congratulations on your first professional contract. Rate my transfer window. Mine. United transfer window. If I'm genuinely honest, do we take fees into account?
Just fucking answer the question, man. Jesus Christ.
It's a 6, isn't it? In it?
Yeah. I gave it a 7.
It's a 6.
But
It
I
is
can't,
a
I
6.
can't argue
because
with
we've
too
signed
much for going
Casemiro,
with
and
six.
You have
yes,
to
he's
take outgoings into account.
yes, he's
Don't
great.
complicate it.
Yes, he's
Doesn't
great,
matter.
but he's
It's a
30,
7.
which means he's seen his best years. Doesn't mean he won't be good going forward, but we've seen his best years. Ericsson, we've seen his best years.
It's a 7.
Anthony, we've spent too much on him. Martinez looks great, but again, it's been
What
4
would
games.
be a 10? Frankie as well.
Frankie as well.
And anything else?
Yeah,
Nah, Frankie and a striker.
yeah, Frankie and
Ivan Tony.
even Tony. Or yeah,
Yeah,
like that.
so 7. 6.5, 7.
I think 6.
6.5, 7.
Yeah,
Because the manner we did the business.
it's a good window. Yeah, the
If
man
we
who
got
did-
all these signed up in the first 2 weeks.
7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it felt frantic. It took us losing 2 games in embarrassing fashion for us to get these deals done. We haven't come out of this looking particularly cool, calm, and collected, have we? We look frantic and scared, and I don't think that's really what John
I'll tell
Murtaugh
you who
and
looks
Richard
frantic
Arnold
and
wanted.
scared right now.
What?
These motherfucking Premier League defences, mate.
Yeah.
It's 21's coming, you know.
Is it?
Mm.
It's got 10 seconds, so there could be a last ditch
6.
deal
Quickly
on the
refresh
horizon.
Fabrizio.
Hang on a minute.
Let me just text my guy.
Oh, we just said Anthony's signed again. And the window is closed! Ding dong, the witch is dead. The witch is dead.
Oh my God.
What?
Romano's tweeted.
What's happened?
Hector Bellerin joins Barcelona on a free transfer. 1-year deal.
I already knew he was joining Barcelona earlier on today. Fabrizio, you fraud. I'm joking.
6 out of 10.
6 out.
Don't
Fair
we?
enough.
Because we there was a point last week
Yeah.
where we looked like we'd just gone fucking mental, haven't we?
Yeah.
We were just. Do you remember that those 2
We were
days?
linked with Arnautovic.
Arnautovic,
and
Rabiot.
Rabiot. That was so. Imagine we got Rabiot and Arnautovic instead of
Casemiro and Antony.
And Casemiro.
It's a 2 out of 10.
Yeah, it is.
It's the worst transfer
It
window of
is.
all time. Because not only, obviously, Martinez and Malacia look like they could be good, and Eriksen as well, but it literally looks like we were ran by 40-year-old children.
John Murtagh going on a plane to Italy to not get Rabiot.
Not about the plane to Barcelona to not get De Jong.
Yeah, like what's he doing? Going on his holidays, going on these flights and getting off a plane. Don't we? I
Ladies
got
and gentlemen,
this.
This is how
And comes back with no
Jamaican
one.
and meeting fans and say, "Yeah, we got 200 mil to
Worse.
spend."
Yeah,
It makes
Fucking
called making things
Richard
worse,
Arnold
Jay.
in the
He didn't
pub,
lie, though.
just chatting shit.
In fairness, we did spend 200 mil.
Do you reckon that's what it was? It was like, listen, I've told these guys in this pub that we're spending 200 mil, so we better fucking do it. How
but
much is
I- no,
Anthony?
Ajax
90
have-
million,
Ajax
get him
have-
quick.
They know where I live.
Yeah, literally.
Ajax have agreed a 60 million fee.
Fuck that. Give him 90.
I need to spend 200
Hey.
million. I need to
I
spend
can't
200
make it
million
look like
quid.
I'm not bad. Go on.
Malacia, this is free transfer. 12
Just
million.
12 million.
Just do
Come
it.
on,
Just
we're
fucking-
almost there now.
We're nearly. We're
I'm
so
5
close.
million short to Bravka. 5 million done.
Perfect.
Sweet. There you go. Was telling the truth.
Help to buy scheme.
Help to buy a scheme.
Dubravka, that's quite a smart. I don't necessarily think he's a great player, but I think that the deal we've struck there is quite smart in that it's an obligation to buy, but only if he plays the majority of Premier League matches. So basically, if he's our first choice, we get a new goalie for 5 million quid.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Andrew Naker says, window was a 6, would have been a 7 if we got it done way earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if we get Frankie, it's 8, 9.
It is annoying that because you feel like had we acted quickly, we might have, won those first 2 games.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And when you at the end of the season, you might look back and go, we finished 6 points off the top 4 or whatever. That could have been vital.
And maybe this is just me being positive
Yeah.
and putting a happy spin on things. Part of me thinks these players, because so many of them are still here from last season, needed the real smack in the face after that Brighton
Okay,
game.
fair enough.
The Brentford game,
Yeah.
sorry, where Ten Hag's making them run, is running with them. A monumental moment to really instill that you have to start changing now.
Yeah.
Yes, you've played a few decent games in pre-season. You've beat Liverpool in Thailand. You've knocked Crystal Palace about a bit, but you have to fundamentally change the way you're approaching things. Otherwise, we will keep losing.
Yeah.
And I think that those 2 games, hopefully, were enough to do it. And obviously, we're going to lose loads more games before the end of the season. This isn't brilliant going forward. But if those 2 games were enough to just turn the mindset to where he can get a tune out of them more often than not, then I think they were probably going to be worth it because we were never going to be pushing for the title this year. But getting battered by Brentford, you couldn't ignore it then, could you?
No, you're right. You make a good point. And also, to get that result against Liverpool, give them all a lift, get them going again, you think, right, okay, now everyone's bought into what he's trying to do. Maybe you needed, like you say, that little bit of a bounce back and something to build on, which we have done. I think there's, we've said all that needs to be said, really, haven't we?
We've said most of it.
Yeah.
Glazers out.
Glazers out always. I don't give a fuck how much money of our money they spend. They could have spent $1 billion in this transfer window. They still need to fuck off. So yeah,
I love how he says it.
Imagine if they'd have spent $1 billion this window.
yeah.
Who have you got?
Money,
Who have you got up front? Newcastle United. Just a fucking full team up front.
They've just done like what Forest
Yeah.
have done, but bought like loads
Just
of them, like,
everyone.
top players.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
We bought Bayern Munich's first team, and that's just our team.
Could
now.
have bought Ajax,
Yeah. Do you know their turnover this year was 150
Yeah,
million
we
quid?
could have bought
We've given them more than
Why
that.
don't we just buy him?
Buyax.
Nice.
Hashtag Buyax.
Why don't we just say, Ajax, here's
Buyax. Look, Buyax.
Here's
Excuse
200
me,
mil.
We'd prefer if you really did call us Buyax during this negotiation. We think it's very demoralising. Listen here, Buyax. Here's 200 mil. Give us the club. Genuinely, we found that really offensive. Buyax, chill.
This mob says Cryax.
Nice.
Hey, nice. Joe.
I actually like Ajax, but during this whole thing, I've wanted to see him better. I love Ajax.
Wow.
They're a
I've
great
not
team.
been that bothered. Like, I don't think they've done anything wrong.
No,
like
not-
they've not just gone
No, They
okay.
did hold on for Anthony too long.
Well, they were right to, because we paid exactly what they wanted.
When Man United come knocking, you lot just bend over.
Do you think they didn't watch what Crystal Palace did and what Leicester did, and went, well, that's what we'll do? Just tell them you
They
don't.
probably even went, Anthony, do us a favour.
Yeah.
Go on strike.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't want to leave you fucking going. 90 million quid, are you stupid? You're not staying here, son.
football, the fees have gone ballistic this week.
Yeah.
Have you seen that thing where
40 million more
the-
than Wan-Bissaka.
the net spend? This was as of this morning. The net spend in the Premier League is 1.3 billion.
Yeah.
The second highest league in terms of net spend is La Liga, and it's 55 million. It's genuinely 1.25 billion net spend higher in the Premier League than the next highest
Someone
league.
say Super League.
That is unreal,
We
isn't
are the
it?
Super League.
Yeah. Exactly. It's
We
all
should
happening.
ask.
Place to be.
Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Real Madrid, if they want to join us.
I know.
Do you want to move
Just come
to
here.
Bognor?
Yeah. Like, do you know how Swansea
Bognor
and
Munich.
Cardiff did?
What?
Just they're in the English league for some reason.
Yeah.
Just Real Madrid do that.
Let's come here.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Welsh teams. Wales,
yeah,
Spain,
yeah.
same thing.
Why not, man? Be all right. We're not decent away.
Both speak foreign languages.
So- They'd love it as well, wouldn't they, Madrid?
Yeah.
Be a right treat for them. None of that fucking Sociedad nonsense and Barcelona drivel.
Yeah.
Come to, like, you know.
Yeah. No Sociedad.
Come to Stoke.
Have a sausage with your dad.
Hey, you like
In
the beach?
Stoke.
Bournemouth, there you go.
Yeah.
They sorted
Yeah,
Southampton.
Portsmouth.
Yeah.
You love the ocean? Portsmouth.
Portsmouth. Does that
Blackpool.
mean? Fleetwood. If you get a good cut
Morecambe.
run. Hey?
Do you know what I mean?
You're laughing. Stop crying. Just get on with it.
Yeah, Scarborough away.
Yeah. That's what
Fucking
dreams
hell.
are made of, son.
Blackrock
Hey? Not lived
Sands.
even to Rochdale. What's the matter with you? Right, enough of this nonsense. Joe, where can people find you?
Joe Smith 93 on Twitter and Instagram.
Yes, you know where to find him. Adam McCullough.
YouTube.com/Adam McCullough. And do me a favour, head over to twitch.tv/Adam McCullough and follow, subscribe. And
You know where to find me. This has been our Deadline Day live review. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to this channel as well. Thanks for watching.